How you doing, Light Warriors? Mayor Mike is back. We're gonna go for a little stroll today, and I'd like to discuss with everyone why society is about to collapse. I know many people that are tuned into this, you've realized this, and if you're able to hold your attention till the end of this talk, you're probably going to be in the part of society that's going to make it through. You know, this societal collapse, it's really going to look like humanity splitting in two, and there'll be two different societies running side by side. And I've been observing a lot as I travel around, and the more that you realize that everything is a mindset, people in the world, they're living within different mindsets, different perceptions of the world. And a lot of people are disconnected. They're disconnected from, the natural ways. They have a mindset that was given to them. 95% of your life was dictated by the subconscious programs that, were given to you by mainstream media or other people that wanted you to stay at a certain frequency. Recently, this is very apparent to me. I discussed the law of 80-20 and, connecting with some very great people that I haven't seen in a while. It doesn't matter where I am. I go to different gyms, and there's a certain group of people. They have a mindset, and to be successful in life, to see how the world, how it can split in two, some people have that mindset of showing up every day, of, getting back to the community, living a life of faith, being connected to God, source. And there's a lot of people that are disconnected the way that life is in society right now. I see people that I haven't seen in a while, and they're doing so well, very strong-minded, both men and women. And in this world, it's really it's a broken world right now. And to see the way that families are broken apart, people are disconnected from one another. In certain areas, there is no community. Growing up in Brooklyn, I've been sharing these things, and I see it front and center right now. There's honor code, the strength, mind, body, and spirit, which lacks all over the place. It's always about the people. It's always about community. And, to see this, I could go to places, and it could be so beautiful, and some of the people, they're totally disconnected, and they're in their mind, even though the area, it could be so beautiful, they're actually self-sabotaging their life. They're living their everyday life, all of their routines. They're following a matrix structure. I'm like, don't you see this is a beautiful area? It's nice and warm. You could walk on the beach. They're totally disconnected. And it's right there. I speak to some of the people, they see me come back, and they want to hear about my stories. And they're so eager to have that experience. And even though maybe the surroundings aren't so great, to have quality people, that's what it's all about. It's about family, it's about community, it's about content of character. That's something that I've been sharing. And in this world right now, why society is about to collapse, you see, it's something that Nikola Tesla actually brought up in the past. Okay, you see how women are over-competing with men, all right, and it's out of balance. Now, you also have men that weren't respecting the divine feminine, all right? And everything across the board, it goes back and forth, the hermetic principle of rhythm, all right? Getting the pulse of the city here, there is life, and to see life within people, you can't live your life in fear. I've watched people over this past year, all right, they're totally disconnected. They run away from love. They run away from opportunities. And, you know, you have to be strong. And what we're seeing right now, we're going to see people that are taking ownership of their health and wellness. You see people that are disconnected from it. You have people that, you know, understand the soul and having soul connections. And then there's people that are lined up for the metaverse, right? And that's why if you're getting this message, you're going to see that disconnect. Regardless of where I am, you go out in nature, there are people that are connected to nature, and then there's people that, you know, they're connected to the metaverse, they're getting special robots, you know, and again, you got to see both sides of it. You know, women in the modern woman is very disconnected and makes a lot of men feel lonely. This is how the loop goes. And then you have people that fall down that spiral and they're disconnected. They're going a different path, if you will. So what we're witnessing as society gets smaller and smaller, because we're going to see society get very small. All right, humanity might get very small because of how are we going to survive? Certain things that people aren't aware of, okay? This cannot go on. Even with simple things, you know, I go around the neighborhood and there are so many places that were part of the community because the rent is so high, if you will. The stores, the restaurants, the bakeries, they're vacant, they're empty, and there's no one to serve the community, right? So because the rent is so high, it's not sustainable. I'm just using this as an example. So now people miss out on different cultures, right? The Jewish bakery, the Italian bakery, they're closed, all right? And now they're empty. The Chinese restaurant everyone went to, it's closed. And all these places are closed and boarded up, and no one can afford the rent. So I'm using that as a thing where that's an example. Is this sustainable? So look at how humans act with other humans. Look how women act with men. Men act with women. All right? You're seeing a very massive disconnect. This is not sustainable anymore. You know, when we move forward, right, you need to be social. You need to have interaction. And so many people are disconnected. It's few and far between. So when you start to realize, you know what, we're in a place right now, we're in uncharted waters, headed to destination unknown. A lot of these things are not sustainable for the long term. And when you realize, because people, they're very big into instant gratification, they're very big into, you know, because that's the way social media is. You have a lot of women that are concerned with their social media image. You have modern women, okay? I'm speaking to you. You have a lot of attention from beta males, right? You're getting, they're lusting for you, and you're on your social media account and you're living a life that's not fulfilled. And you're getting attention and your ego is being fed. You know, there's a lot of men out there. You know, you're worried about your image. You're worried about other things that are not important. But what we all need to realize, what's important in life, family, community. And it's totally lost and disconnected. You know, this is a very special place for me. And I just want to share it with all of you. This is what life is all about, all right? Mr. D is back, and I want everyone to take a look at this. Look at nature. I want you to see those, hopefully I'm getting it right, all right? You can see the two ducks that went in there. When you observe the animals, all animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency, all right? And what we're seeing is a massive disconnect when it comes to love, when it comes to other things. You know, the the girl duck or the boy duck, they don't have to ask, oh, what's your social media? Say, here, what's your social media? What's this all about? What's your 5-year plan? Right? Instead of feeling the frequency, instead of embodying love. All right, so when you think about this and you see a very big disconnect in life, there's a very big disconnect. And this is not sustainable. I could reflect on my Nana and Papa, my grandparents, all right, what they had years ago. People don't have this no more. The way my mother and father interact, people don't have this no more. And you know, it's you know, say, why? Oh, why is this person single? Why is this happening? There's a major disconnect, and what needs to happen is people need to start getting back to the basics. What's really important in life, you know, spending time in a beautiful park in a beautiful nature spot with friends, with loved ones. That's what's important in life. You know, spending the holidays with people, that's what's important in life. But you have to get out of that demented brain filled with subconscious programs and get back to the heart. So many people in this world, they're not living from the heart space. And you have to disconnect from something. You have to take a step back. And then you have to reintroduce yourself to it. You know, I walked a different path. A lot of people signed up for fear 5 years ago, all right? I did something different. I took a different path. And, you know, I saw the writing on the wall. And you're going to have to be called. If you're a man, all right, you want to lead, well, you're going to have to put God first, right? What's your mission? I've been saying this for years. Ascension comes first. Because I put God first, because I put my ascension journey, my mission in life, I get my orders, my marching orders from God, and I roll out, son. All right? That comes from a different place. This is why the world is failing. You know, that's why we hear the sirens in the background, okay? If you agree and you feel that society is about to collapse, why don't you click the like button and why don't you share this to millions of people, because your Uncle Mike is going to give you the answers, right? I'm here to tell you, the collapse of society, it's not going to be the comet smashing down. It's not going to be a plague. It's going to be that demented brain. That's the answer, okay? We're out here in the light of Christ, taking a nice stroll today, and you have to realize this, because the truth cannot be told. It can only be realized. You have to realize what's missing from life, what's important in life. And people don't realize what's important in life, what's missing in life. They're still doing the same thing. I have seen people like myself that have grown over the past couple years, and I've seen people still looping the same thing. A lot of people are starting to realize this. Heck, you know what? My life is looping. And if you don't want your life to loop anymore, if you know that we're on life support, if we know that the sirens are blaring right now, it's a call to action. These are the synchronicities, right? We are back. We're better than ever. And this is the vibe. This is the pulse. You know, years ago when I started this 7 years ago, all right? You could hit 777, put that beautiful energy on this, all right? And years ago, you know, I might be filming and I hear the sirens and it would throw me off. It might upset me. But now, right, you just keep going. And this is the growth, all right? In your life, you don't want things to distract you. You want to be able to move forward with your life. Move forward with your life today and stop waiting around. You know, the only reason why I'm successful, the only reason why I'm still here and still going is because I had faith in God. I had the inexhaustible belief in myself, and I don't wait for people. I don't stop. This is the ascension journey. So we have to constantly raise our frequency. We constantly have to move up, all right? If you're not growing, if you're not evolving, you're dying off. And some people in society, they're dying off. Why? because it's very comfortable, and people, they don't have any growth. I'm here to tell you, you have to have something to push against. You have to have that friction. I had friction in my life, and it became my identity. I didn't even believe it myself. Growing up, I used to be a very, you know, a nice guy, and, you know, maybe I was a little timid as a boy. But you know what? Sometimes in life, that boy that just wanted love, that boy that just wanted to be a kid, you know, God wanted him to become the high commander. And, you know, he's going to watch how, you know, people were treated wrong. And he's going to watch how the children of the world were treated wrong. And then some people are going to try to come into his everyday life and try to treat him wrong. And this is what God, the trials, the tribulations, to refine us, to make us become the best version of ourselves. This is what we had to do to overcome as the wind is picking up right now. All right? So when you move forward, and you're seeing this right now, some people, they don't care, and they'll just allow things to just fall apart. If you're inspired by this, you can click the subscribe button and take the journey. All right? It's cold, the wind is blowing, but that's representing the winds of change. Winds of change. I have changed in 7 years. I'm sure many of you have changed in 7 years. It's so great to see people that have also taken this journey, a journey of self-discovery and remembering who we are. Society, as it continues to collapse, and you're going to see this. You're going to see people, as it's more and more disconnected, certain things cannot be sustained, okay? There's a little society right there. Hopefully I'm getting it right, all right? Doing the best I can with the camera work. You know, I did a world famous video out on the beach. I'm so grateful. Beautiful comment. And the person said, this was so beautiful. This was better than a Hollywood production. So I'm so grateful for the community, everyone writing those things. I'm here to keep everyone inspired, you know, and I'm, you know, showing people. It could be one man holding the camera. I do everything myself, all right? And that's where you have to be. If you're going to walk the walk, all right? You're going to have to take ownership of your life, even if you have nothing or no one, all right? And that's the problem. You know, I could reflect on my life and say, you know what, wow, how much greater it would be to have the support of a beautiful divine feminine. But in this broken world, right, I'm here to tell you, fellas, you can never give up or give in. I'm here to tell you, if you are the divine feminine out there, okay, don't worry. It's a lot of people, they say, you know, I'm going to be alone, I'm going to die alone. You can't live out of fear, because when you run out of fear, you make mistakes. But if you have faith in God, you see, I had faith in God, and that's why I was able to overcome everything that I did. And somehow, every time, through a frequency, God caught me. And even to today, I say, I don't know how I'm still here, how I'm still going, but hopefully people are getting this message today, and you're realizing, you know what? These things aren't sustainable. The way that systems are run, it's not sustainable. The way that people, it's in their brain, all right? They have the wrong subconscious programs. A lot of people, they're walking their world right now. Are you an NPC? I gave a world famous video. It's actually a quiz. You take Mr. D's quiz. Are you an NPC, or are you a creator being? You know, I'm here to create. You know, I could sit back. I hope I inspire someone. I could look at everything I could do. I could do it so easily now. 7 years ago, I couldn't do it like this. I get better, sharper, faster. You have to take the ascension journey, all right? And every one of us will be able to improve our lives the sooner that we let go. We let go of the fear. We embrace love. We live in authenticity. And all of a sudden, our life begins to change. But I'm here to tell you, I think a lot of people are conscious and aware of the world. People are out of balance, you know, and it comes in many different forms. The collapse of society, it's not going to come from the comet or a plague or anything else. It's going to come from within. it's going to come from the demented subconscious programs. So very quickly, as there's so many it's unbelievable, the sirens. What we want to do is get back into the heart space. And the sooner you get back into the heart space, then that's where the change happens. So you will see people, because it's free will, and you know, you might want to save this video, and you're going to witness society split into two, and you're going to have people go in one direction and people go in a different direction. So it's going to come if you go with faith, if you go with love, or if you go with fear. I know there's going to be a lot of new people watching this video. It's probably a very catchy title there, but I've been telling the world, it's a free will decision that the collective of humanity will make. And the decision will be if people decide to choose fear or unconditional love. Which one do you choose? Let us know in the comments. Do you see the fall of society? Do you see it breaking in two? Let us know. And you know, this is a biblical time period. You know, people, you know, speak about, you know, all these different energies. The rapture we've discussed. One will be taken, one will remain. Well, some people are ascending to a higher plane of existence. There could be people that are walking right next to each other, right? And they're in a totally different world, all right? So you have to understand the very powerful attributes as everyone's coming out. Realize this, you have the power to create a new world, a new reality. So you want to focus your attention. It's the currency of the universe. If you were able to hold your attention till the end of this message, you're probably going to make it. And that's something that I've been discussing. A lot of people, they can't hold their attention any longer. And that's a big problem, because that's how you're creating. What are you paying attention to? All right? Are you paying attention to fear, or are you paying attention to things that are positive, like Our Everyday Lives? If it resonates with you, I'm so grateful if you click the like button, click the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. And maybe we'll do some more of these Mayor Mike walks as we're walking the community. The wind was picking up today, but we made it through. You know, it's great to see everyone that I've connected with, and I'm grateful for real, actual people. You know, I might be quote unquote world famous on the internet, but it's so powerful to actually have real people. And I'm so grateful for all of you that watch the channel, that I know personally. And you know, we're all getting back together. And anyone that's hearing this, remember, it's always about the community. It's your brothers and sisters in real life. And that's the problem. Even though I'm utilizing social media or you know, YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms to get the message out, but the problem with the world is people, they're disconnected from the heart space and people on the ground. And I'm on the ground, and I'm grateful for all of you. And let us know if you feel this shift as well. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. So we're back. We're better than ever. I love you all. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. Hey, listen, I'm just a messenger. I know a lot of you feel this and see it. Get back into balance, people. It's a free will decision. Fear or unconditional love. You choose. I know my choice, kid.